Right, today we're going to replace the hose on this shark, and it's a NV601 UKT31 shark lift away. The shark lift away. So I didn't know when I was starting this that the whole thing disconnects from the body just simply by pressing the lift away button. So all that now lifts off of there like that. Look at that. I've seen it plenty of times in another video. I didn't know how it came off. There we are, that's all we need. Stick that on the bench, show you. Let's take it apart so that we can change the split hose at the bottom. Right, so we press the buttons there. 4 screws along there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are Torx bolts, T10s, and I think T20 for the other side. On the other side there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts to take out of there. I think they're the T20s. So you can take the roller out, just lift it out, pull it, just says pull, quite easy. Goes back in as easy as that. And the 4 T10s, are the T10s? Take them out. I've got a magnet somewhere to get them out, instead of dropping them all over the place. I took that, there's a screw there, I took that out last time, but I don't think I have to take it out. It's just a little cover that covers an electric wire there, so I don't think we have to do that. So we'll turn it over and we'll swap bits for the T20 Torx bit. I'll stick it in my drill. So just 6 bolts, they're all the same size. Somebody said they're different sizes, but they seem to be all the same size, which is good. And then you can leave the wheels on, I think, although they do come out of place. And I think the difficult thing is just levering it out. leaving the top part out of here. Oh, started around the back, I think I did. Just gently started prising it out. Oh. So that came off easier than last time. I had to gently prise it off with a smaller screwdriver than this massive thing. Starting from there, worked my way across, and it just clipped out. So there's no parts left, no parts in that to fall off. Put that aside. And there you are. You've got access to the pipe which splits along there. So all you got to do, as I said, pull the wire out of there, pull the wire out of that holder as well, 2 holders. Disconnect that pin, stick a pair of pliers on it, and undo that screw and this back screw which has gone missing, and take the cover off. And under there, it's a plug that goes in the motor. Just take that out. You can get these wires out the way then, and this just lifts out of its place like that, quite easy. You can take the pipe out, as you'll see in my other video. So this video is to replace the bottom hose. The bottom hose is split completely off, as I had a job dismantling it. Now it appeared to be glued into here, and it appeared to be glued into here, but I've managed to get it out. It's not impossible as it seemed, but I did have to undo the electrical connections to the motor. So there's one there which just pulls off. It's very hard to pull it off, but it looks as though it's fastened on, but it does pull off with some difficulty. And this little clip, this little one down here, 2 wires connected to that. So like I say, that one just pulls off. Anyway, once you get them 2 off, you can free this section which is held in by them 2 wires. Now I thought this was completely glued on solid and you had to replace a whole lot, but not so. I pulled some of the wiring out that was in there and managed to work a screwdriver slowly down the back of there. Now this did seem to be glued in, so I was at my wit's end, to be honest. But I did work my screwdriver down there, eventually got to the bottom and started wiggling it about carefully so as not to split. This is a rubber band, as you can see it flexes, but I didn't know that at the time. It appeared to be solid, but through some perseverance I eventually managed to work it out of the bottom there using a big screwdriver and a smaller screwdriver, and it eventually, just by sticking it down the side, of there, pries it off. Now I don't think you need this part again, but you can use it. You can see the old hose is well glued in there, and I am in the process of just taking that out because I'm going to probably use it myself. But the new hose does just screw onto there. It seems quite very solid, to be honest, very solid. So they've put that rubber band on and glued it on the belts and braces, so I'm sure that will hold without that rubber band on. So the next job is to take that off again and to try and get the other half out here. And I thought that was glued in as well, but you can't find your tools when you need them. I pulled the wire out, pulled all the wire out and snipped it. I was going to just gradually work away. And the same again, I got my screwdriver inside and started prying about, and saw that where the hose was held in, it was flexible, so that was rubber. So then I got my screwdriver in and pried it out, and it actually came out quite easily. Not as hard as you think. All came out the hole quite easily. So I'm in the process of removing that because the hose is actually glued in. You can see. So if I get that out, carefully get this glued section out, we should be back in business. Whether I have to glue that, I don't know. But the other end, the head end, there's no need for glue. But the top end, possibly so. I'll get back to you. Okay, I managed to get this bit of hose off the bottom, and just by simply pulling it back through on itself, using the screwdriver as well, pulling it back through on itself. So it came out, and it doesn't appear to be any glue, so maybe just friction holding it in, but it's a heck of a job getting the thing out. So I put the new one on, and I put a bit of a little bit of a silicone spray on, actually, to because it kept popping out of this corner here. Kept popping out of this corner. So silicone spray seemed to help it into position. You might not have to do that with yours. And when I took it apart, it was only in a couple of turns, so you probably don't have to do it, screw it all the way down. It's a job getting it out again. Yeah, pretty wound it in too far, actually. So that just goes into the hole. Again, I didn't see any glue in the bottom of there neither, and just simply pressed it in to place. You can stick your finger down just to make sure it is seated at the bottom. So that's that. And the other end, like I say, I wasn't really going to use that. It's held on the other end piece. That's got the holes in as well. See, it does seem to be glued in. It's really solid. But I don't think I'll be using that. Or should I? Yeah, I might use it. I'm going to clean that out. So here it is, getting half pulled out now. See what I mean? It's absolutely solid in, but when you get it out, there doesn't seem to be any glue there at all. Okay, that's it out. I'll stick the other end. I might use that, yeah. See how it goes. So I've got that out clear. And this nozzle section, if you want to use this ring, rubber ring, quite hard plastic actually, you have to put it over the top of there. I've used a bit of silicone spray to get it on there. Now I'm going to try and get that in onto there, but I don't know if it's going to work. We'll give it a go. I'll put some spray on it to make sure I'm not going to mess about. I can't see it going on, to be honest. You see how narrow it is there. Looks like it's been put on with a machine or something. Let's see how I can get my hose down there. But we'll give it a go. And here we go. Oh, there's no way I can get that on there. So I'm going to take that off. See if I can do it successfully without the rubber ring on. So I'll prise the ring off, and you see why you couldn't get it out, because it's got a lip on there, and that lip sits in the bottom of there, and it's the right job to get it off. And you think it's absolutely glued on, but it's not. So I'm just going to do it without that, because it's still, the hose fits on fairly solidly, although it's only this that's holding it on and these two that are holding it on. But without that, it might be alright. We'll find out in the future. So I don't know whether to keep that. Might have to glue it on anyway. Here we go. So it pulls out the bottom, but I'm guessing that's supposed to do that. Right, so we'll put it back together. Now what I didn't see happen was this little plug pop out, come out of there, and the wires came out of place with it. So it just took me a while to find out that the wires go in the hole somehow, and that clip pushes into there like that. See? So once you've done that, you put this underneath the wires, slot the wheels back into place, put that into place, reconnect the wires. Got 2 wires to connect, one on the electric motor and the cover to go on it as well, and the other wire which seems to be buried somewhere. Oh, there it is. So they slot into this loop here, as you know, when you dismantled it, and into another loop somewhere. Plug that one in. That one in. Seat that in there. If we put these wheels back, I didn't really see how this came out as well. So I'm assuming it just sits there. I haven't unscrewed anything from there at all. So it should just sit there when I put the cover back on. So I forgot to put this little plastic cover over the motor. I'll just simply connect, put it through the grommet, reconnect the wire, put the sleeve on, and then just gently feed pull the wire through gently. And that's it. So once you've put that in, there's no screw in the back one there. That goes on when you put the other cover on. So one screw goes down there, feed the wires through there and feed it through the holding block there. Now this just clips off, so I'm hoping it just clips back on. It should clip on along this front edge here. Well, that was easy. Just clipped on quite easily. The whole length of it. It's the easiest job of the day, that was. So then there's 4 screws along the front edge there to do. One there which I didn't have to take out. The little plastic cover that runs over that wire. Didn't have to take that out. So in theory I should just turn it over and put the wire, the screws back in. That should be it. There's a lot of little screws. This is I think one of them was 2 different sizes. Oh yeah, one's a T20 and one was a T10 Torx fitting, whatever it's called. So that's the 20 one. Two screws along the front. Three screws along the front. There's one at the side over there. Where is it? some more inside. 4 screws along there. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that's all. I've got 5 screws left over. 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, there's one at the end. Goes in there. It's a little cover that didn't have to take off. I'll put that on first. What comes out never goes back. Anybody, any ideas? Oh, there you go. So lift it up, push it in, press it down, and the front screw should hold it in.